I'd say the biggest thing that we need, that our society needs today and that global youth culture needs today, is people who are in love with Jesus and who are alive in their faith and who are living that out in a real way, in an authentic way in society. When people today get access to that, they get to see that in action, then they get to rethink. And I've seen that happen very often. We'll share the gospel, we'll go into places and develop relationships and with teams that are bold, that are full of the Holy Spirit, that are in love with Jesus. And we'll see people very often saying, I've never thought about Jesus like that. I've never realized that, I've never heard anybody talk about Jesus outside of the structure I'm used to hearing it in, you know. And so I think we need to do a lot of that. If we're able to live out what we preach and what we read in a real way, in an authentic way, and show that to this generation, then they'll see Jesus. The Jesus they reject is often a Jesus we would reject. They have a false idea of him. So they need to see it again in our lives, in the things that we do. So I think if we're able to stand out in society with an authentic faith, with an alive faith, then we'll see results. Of course, part of that is discipleship inside the church. And I hear there's a lot of talk around that. We need to disciple our young people. That's the hope for the next generation. I agree with that. But if we only disciple our young people that are in the church now, and a lot of the time that discipleship creates a sterile environment, and we say, you know, stay here, grow up inside the church, then unfortunately, even if they are strong in their faith, they're not reaching their peers. I think discipleship needs to be very practical and very active. It needs to be a lot of sending out. And Jesus would do that in his way of discipling. He would have spending time with people and sending people out. And I think we need to do a lot more of that with the way we disciple with young people in the church today. It's taking risks. It's sending sheep among wolves. It's saying, go and live out your faith. But then that's when their faith becomes really alive. I mean, in our mission, most of the people that get involved are young and often in their early 20s or 30s and even younger than that. And our faith becomes alive when we find ourselves in a situation where we need God, where we're dependent on him, where we can't do it in our own strength. And if either God answers prayer or I'm not going to see a way out of this, that's when we see answer to prayer and we see our faith become alive. And if discipleship involves that, where we say, this is what it means to follow Jesus. Now get out there, go to the clubs, go to the festivals, go to the streets, go to the university and share that and engage with people. Try to answer the difficult questions. Be willing to take risks. Do something unconventional, outside the box. Use different tools that you have. Stay strong in your identity in Jesus. Be holy for Jesus, but be out there, get out there, you know. So I think if we do more of that, we'll achieve two things. We'll have authentic followers of Jesus with a unshakable faith, and the global youth culture will have access to the gospel through that. So that's what we're praying for. I'm praying for a new wave of missionaries and evangelists that will reach a global youth culture. I'm praying for dynamic missionary teams in city centers, engaging with the next generation in global cities all over the world. I think that could have a real impact in our generation today. So that's what I'm praying for.